Hey, so we're getting started. So we wanted to we're starting like 30 seconds early. But I appreciate everybody getting on, man. Today has been a whirlwind, to say the least, as far as all the great things that are going on. We get calls from all over the place of explosive growth that's happening. People that are actually want to get people registered all over the world. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. Now, if you got some people on your team that aren't on here right now, but they're getting on, I do know it's obviously Labor Day. So again, a happy Labor Day to those in the U.S. A happy Spring Day to those in South Africa, because now they're going into their spring season, and happy new month to everybody else. So,
September.
yeah, happy
It's
September.
the start of the Burr month,
Yeah,
BER, September, October, November, and December.
Burr.
The
Let people
last
know.
the last third of this year. So it's the third of this year, and it's going to be the best third
Yes,
of this
the
year.
next 4 months are going
We're
to be
excited
amazing.
about all the growth that's happening
Yeah.
on this as a team, and I think it's already 2 p.m. Eastern Standard here, so time to get started. But we just got notification that we have two more
To our good friends.
elite,
Yep.
two of our good friends that we've traveled with
Yep.
often, Joe Navarro and Penny Carpenter, who just hit the highest rank. SPD used to be the highest, but so many people
It's not official.
have
Elite's not
been.
official, but
Elite
it's
is not
yeah.
officially. It's
It's a
not
trip.
a.
You get incentive trips you
Yeah,
get.
it's not a recognition for corporate, but Elite is now a. This is a team recognition. And so Joe and Penny have both hit the elite senior presidential director rank, and super excited about that. It's just so amazing, the growth that is happening. And so just want to tell you that every single one of you can do that. I mean, we didn't do anything special to get senior presidential director done. Nobody who's at the presidential rank or executive rank has done anything special. All they've done is literally implemented the pro system, which is patch, revisit, and opportunity. And we're going to be sharing a little more about that this afternoon and this evening with you. So for those of you in the United States that have joined us, thank you for joining us on your Labor Day. And we do know that you will be really blessed if you have people that can't join us because they're out or about or doing some barbecue somewhere. We do record this, so thank you for being here.
Yes, and so what's exciting is that obviously we got a lot of great stuff to share. We shared some of this last week, and so we're going to be piggybacking on a lot of the work that Brendan's been doing along with Ken. Brendan has been helping put together videos, different things
Yes,
for
thank you,
the beliefs.
Brendan.
He's amazing, absolutely phenomenally talented and gifted. So we're going to be playing a couple videos, and we're talking about a couple of these different things today, specifically on what we're doing with three-way calls.
Co-host.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, wouldn't it? Hold on a second. I always make a wife co-host because people have a tendency to jump on and they don't mute themselves. So hold on a second. Let me mute somebody first.
There we go.
And there we go. Sorry, co-host. And you're co-host now. Good. Okay, awesome. Fantastic. So great to see everybody here. We're super excited because obviously the most important part of all the things that we do is helping everybody, get to the next level. So can you believe beginning of September already? Last 4 months are going to be the most amazing months we've ever had. I mean, the next 4 months is going to surpass it past 8 months.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing what's going on. So the part that we're going to, as people do or don't know, that we're part of the This Is a Team, obviously the most successful team in the entire world, I believe. I mean, in my mind, because there's nobody that comes close. The growth they've had, this couple's had over the past 3 years, and the growth that we've all had has been staggering. For us, I told my wife, because we were kind of looking back, I said, imagine 3 years ago when we started looking at this opportunity, how much our life has changed in 3 years. So as of tomorrow, it would be 3 years that I've been pain-free. I was pain-free as of September 2nd, and basically officially got upgraded to the biggest pack actually on the 3rd of September. So we officially got registered that day. But we're sponsored by Ken and Diana Burke. We're sponsored by Joyce and her husband, and we are obviously with them in Dallas last year in October, and we're going to be with all these amazing people in Anaheim in California. And so if you say, I want to spend time with people like this, you will get a chance to. And we tell people, say, these are opportunities that don't come that often. So if an opportunity rises, go for it. Because again, we're on the same path. We're heading up the mountain. Once again, I love hiking, and it's amazing when you follow a leader. You want to make sure you're following the right leader, and we're following the right leader. So today we're going to talk about strategies to accelerate the power of three-way calls. And this is next level training. We want to help people get to the next level because the three-way calls have made a massive difference in all the people on our team And a lot of you on here have done three-way calls with us. And so with us and other people on your team, because it makes a big difference. And we're going to really strategize with this and play a couple of videos from people that have utilized this, and one of them to get to the elite level, which is pretty amazing. So we want to dream big and thrive in 2025. And really, this is the year of acceleration. So we want to help people to get to the next level. And right now, the next 4 months, it's going to be like hyper momentum. So today we're going to talk about the, why is it got the wrong slide in here? I keep on doing this, but anyway, so we're not talking about new brand partnership. We did it last week. We're doing three-way calls today. We're talking about wins for the week. And once again, we're talking about the power of three-way calls. Forgot to change at the top. So the power of three-way calls. And so the first thing, you want to talk a little bit about the incentives or what's going on right now. We're in the middle of this now, which is awesome.
Yes, this is really, really exciting. I think we're 7 weeks away.
Mm-hmm. No, 8 weeks.
Are we 8 weeks away?
No, 7.
7.
Oh my gosh, 7 weeks. Yes, sorry.
Time is going so fast.
Yeah, 7 weeks away.
And I hope you've got points on the scoreboard.
We got a lot of points on the board, yeah.
Because
I think the tracker just came out.
So October the 19th is the last day to qualify for this trip.
Yep.
And how do you qualify? You'll see those trip dates are 8 to 13 of February next year.
Mm-hmm.
So for those of you who here in the United States and where it's nice and cold, you're going to be wanting to go to the Bahamas cruise. And for those of you who are abroad in other countries, honestly, if they're going to pay for you to fly all the way to Miami and get you on their cruise ship where everything is free, you don't have to pay for anything, you're going to want to do this. And it's pretty simple. So people are already qualifying, and how do you qualify? You've got to get points on the scoreboard. There's the tracker. Go download that tracker, put it up on your refrigerator, have that in front of you all the time. Make a decision today. You are going to the Bahamas. We are going to the Bahamas. And do not let that out of your sight every day. Take a look at it. How much closer am I? What I need to do to get there. So 80 points gets you a trip for one, 90 points gets you a trip and gets you the trip and airfare for one, 105 gets you the trip for two and airfare for one. But you want to get that 125 points because you don't want to take anything out of your pocket. So it's going to be the Bahamas trip for two and airfare for two. And the way you do it is you're going to sign up people, core, advanced, premium is going to
upgrade them. Yep.
Yeah, or upgrade them, or you're going to get manager done. If you're not a manager, get manager done because that it means you get points.
10 points
and the person who sponsored you personally gets points. So whether it's manager, director, senior director, executive, presidential, or senior presidential director, there's points for all of that. The tracker will show you what the point number is, and then the last way to qualify for points is if you are a manager, director, senior director, executive, presidential, or senior presidential, and stay the rank.
The highest rank that you're
in
ever hit.
The highest rank you've hit. Don't fall back because then that's 0 points.
Yep.
But stay your rank, you will get points every single week.
As long as you stay at that rank. Yep.
So those are pretty simple to get, okay? But you want to be adding people to your team and you want to help them get on the cruise because that's going to help you to get points for the cruise. So who wants to go to Bahamas?
We're going, and we've won 7 free trips. It'll be our 8th trip. And again, there's trips all the time that are available. And again, there's a strategy to it. We've talked about this. We've explained it over the past several weeks. Again, we're gonna highlight it real briefly again today, and a couple little things that make a big difference. And the big difference today you're going to hear about is three-way calls, because the third-party credibility is massive. If you understand, people hear you, but someone else says the same thing, and also you're both saying the same thing, and the people go, oh, okay, this makes sense now. It's like, it's the craziest thing how psychology works, but it's true. So the bigger parts of this, again, is here. I'm going to play this just real quick, just a 30-second video of the cruise that we're going on. Check this out. The great part about this, if you understand how cruises work, people can do whatever they want to do. Meaning, as far as you got people that are up all night, and there's other people who are just chillaxing. You have people that are on the deck, other people playing basketball, people that are on the what they call it, the wave thing, whatever it
The
is.
wave
Yeah,
run.
I did that, and it's just so much fun. All the things you can do. I'm gonna do the zip lining. We're gonna do all kinds of things to do, and then also we're gonna have a chance to go to Coco Cay, which is actually the island there in the Bahamas, one of the top islands there because again it's a huge water park, but they got a beautiful beach for adults only if you want to, or you can be with all the kids and
And
stuff like
the
that too.
and the great thing is you get to do it with all the wonderful people that you have been talking to on Zooms and seeing on Zooms. And now you get to meet them in person. I mean, last year on the Greek island cruise, we got to meet Merle and we got to meet Candace all the way from South Africa
Yep.
for the first time. In fact, we got to meet all our Australian friends in Puerto Vallarta last year. And every time we go on a trip, it's so exciting. It's like a family reunion. We get to hang out with them and hug each other and, just enjoy being on vacation together with our family.
Yep.
So, make a decision that you do not want to miss out. And it doesn't matter if we're 7 weeks out.
No,
You can still qualify
Yes,
today.
there's people that were 3-4 weeks out, 2 weeks out, like Joe Navarro, I think it was 2 weeks out, he qualified for it. So everybody's, it's based upon activity, and that's really what it is. It's consistency in the activity of the work that you're doing. And so it gets really, really exciting. So the other couple of things with this, as you already know this, is that we are going to a 1 million strong. And Lily, I'm going to tell you this right now. I was convicted a couple weeks ago, and I've been convicted every day since that Men and I, we're going to be going to a 1 million strong. Steve and Gene are doing it. We could do the exact same thing. And how do we do that? We learn from the best. Now it may take us a little bit longer. It might be in the next 2 to 5 years, but guess what? How many people do you want to have on your team? We're getting business all over the world, and doors are opening everywhere. And that's one thing we're talking about today too. Again, is that when you understand the events, you want to tie into these events. So you want to make sure October 26th, basically from 8:30 a.m. Eastern time to 3:30 p.m. You want to mark your calendar out. If you're not going to be with us in Anaheim, you're going to want to mark your calendar and say, I'm going to be in front of my computer, in front of my TV, watching the Zoom. It's going to be actually live on YouTube. They're streaming that live on YouTube, the 1 million stars. You're going to learn from the top leaders, people that are going to be talking about what they're doing, how they're doing it, live from the Anaheim, right after the convention's done. It ends on Saturday night, and then we're basically on Sunday going to be doing this in 1 million stars. We'll be with Steve and Gene in person, and it's going to be phenomenal. Those of you going to be with us in person, woohoo! We're going to have so much fun.
We're excited.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And then the all-in, this is a team convention, is going to happen in January. We did it last year. And those of you that say, I want to be there in person, I don't know if there's any tickets left in person. There's only 500 tickets. But again, if you try it, if you get tickets, you get the tickets before you get the hotel, because you get the tickets first, then you book the hotel. So if you can do it, it's not inexpensive. But again, it's not for me, for Men and I, by comparison, we spent a lot more money on conventions, trust me.
And honestly, that convention, the Rise Up in January
was
of this
amazing.
year, was top notch, amazing. Our next level that we've just come off was even better. But the thing with the All In, where it's in the Eric Worre studio, so that's why the number is limited. But you know what? It's done so well. I mean, we had a lot of people just get activated, excited. They watched it all online, and they made a decision that they're not going to be left out.
Yeah.
We know that Gary did it online. We know Brendan did it online. Denise did it online.
This year, Brendan's going to be in person with us.
Brendan's coming in person with us this year.
with his girlfriend,
And you know what the thing is? We're just, no matter which way you do it, because I'm sure that 500 tickets are sold out already. But
check.
even just getting a virtual ticket, you're going to get all that information, the excitement, you're going to feel it. It's so well done by Steve and Gina Merritt and all the team, that you'll feel like you're right there with us. But the one that you do not want to miss out on next year is the Unstoppable.
Yes.
We just came off Next Level in Orlando. Unstoppable is August 7 to 9 next year. So we already heard this morning from our Australian friends. They're starting to save money up so they can get the ticket, the airline, and book their flights there to get to Unstoppable, because it's too good to miss out on. You want to be there. So put that in your calendar, August 7 to 9, come to Orlando, come join us and be at the Unstoppable in August of next year.
Yeah, I was just double checking to see if it's still not up yet, because coming soon. But one thing that is available now, hallelujah, is the new. Let me just take this down because I don't have a slide for it, and I can pull it up. But again, the new shop. So this is a team shop. So once again, we now can get all the different tools that we had there at the Next Level convention. So it's because I put that thing too close. It was adjusting the colors. But this is what we've been using. This is it team action plan. It's in you hear it in the video that this is a team action plan. So in the book itself, it actually has all these different things, and it uses a three-ring binder. So if you're not familiar with this, you're going to want to research this because we're going to be training on this. We're going to probably be talking about this on next Monday. We're doing the 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and also the Monday motivational message. But it's got everything you need in this action plan to basically learn what to do. So I was actually training on the 2020 the other day, and was specifically training some people on that part of the business. And it's all right here. It's got everything you need to do to basically become successful in this business, and it has it right in here, the 2020 vision, right? It talks about it, explains how to contact, how to invite, how to follow up, how to do home meetings, how to do everything. It's all in this book. I said everything in the website and everything that's on the school platform is now in here. And as they add more things, we can open a three-ring binder and add pages as we need to. It's brilliant, absolutely fantastic. But there's all kinds of other things in there. All the different merch, if you want to get different stuff, is very, very cool. People say, "Where'd you get that shirt from?" I said, "They gave it to us at the function." That was kind of cool. So, and these different things that kind of happen, which is kind of cool. So, let's make sure we got this here. There we go. And so the last part to this, again, is countries opening up. Now, I had a conversation with Gerardo Dorelli, actually, and we're talking to him actually about the countries that they're basically soft opening. Now, there's still information coming. I'm going to be talking to him hopefully tomorrow. I know he's going to be bombarded, but I've been bombarding him regarding specifically other countries, because he said there's certain countries that are restricted that we can't do. So think about Cuba, Russia, Venezuela, we can't do. There's certain countries they want to get into, but it's so complicated getting these countries is very difficult, like Brazil. It's very difficult. He said it's probably not going to happen for years. But you look at these different countries here, we're going to be opening these countries soon, but we now can actually do what's called a soft opening, and we can sponsor people in these countries. Now, to give you an idea, when they do an opening, it's going to be massive. Now, think about it from a standpoint of when they opened up South Korea. South Korea, when they opened it up, several 100,000 people signed up the very first month. We missed out on that. We're not missing out on these. I'm just telling you right now, we're contacting people, we're talking to people. I just sent out several messages this morning to people that I know that are basically linked to different people in these different countries. And so we already got people that are interested in every single one of these countries now, and we're going to be signing up people this week, next week. So we're probably going to have 10 more countries on our team, and that's definitely for sure this month. So that's where it gets really exciting. And then those people can sponsor people all over the world they want to, even within their own country. There are some rules, some regulations, some different things you got to do. You got to set up a freight forwarding within the countries that are already established. So here in the United States, we set up a freight forwarding company that basically they have a mailbox at the company. The product gets shipped there. Then from that company, then it gets sent to their country specifically from that. So this is huge, guys. I mean, I'm just telling you right now. So when they said that we can do stuff in India, we can do stuff in other countries that are not banned, I said, give me the list of countries that are banned, because I don't want to go there. I don't want to waste my time. But I want to say, hey, if we can open up different countries, that's massive, guys. So again, we're going to stop right now for a minute, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about obviously the power of three-way calls. But we want to hear from you guys. What's been going on? Because we're getting calls every day, which is amazing. All things are going on. Some people couldn't be on here because of this, they're celebrating for their family. But if you've got some testimonials, or you got some things that are going on, things you want to share, things you're learning, but obviously any wins for the week, we would love to hear from you. And Denise, by the way, thank you for talking to us about some of these things that are going on, because we don't even know about Mexico. We didn't know about some of these other things. She's like our Latin American what do they call it again? She just brings us the intel, which is very, very cool. So appreciate you. Thank you so much for helping us out with all these different things. So besides that, so anybody have any wins for the week? If you want to mute yourself, raise your hand. We'd love to hear from you. What's going on? Because the whole team wants to hear obviously the things that are happening. So please do that. And if you don't do that, I'm going to pick on people. So who wants to go first? Brendan Duplessis, I see you taking yourself off mute. Yes.
All right. I just wanted to share that last week we did a really, really awesome thing for Julian. He's unfortunately not on tonight, but we had a presentation that we did for him. He had his friend all the way from Australia that he invited, that actually is up for a little bit. He was there. He also had like two of his other friends that he used to work with. And then actually his wife had invited two other couples that she knew from her work, which was really, really awesome, as we had quite a lot of them obviously very excited about the patch, and we patched all of them. So we have we have obviously followed up. Some of them are just having to save up a little bit of money here in South Africa, but we should be having one of them coming in this week. We have two who filled out the order form, and one said who this week they would like to place it. So that was quite exciting for Julian, as we want to get him really, really moving.
Yeah, Mena was just mentioning that when we got together with Julian, it was very neat. We got a chance to spend some time with him. A great young man. Obviously, you guys are like a dynamic duo, which is awesome. You know each other for a while, but also some news out of South Africa. Where did they place as far as with the Europeans?
Okay, so I did share that with South Africa. So
Yeah.
South Africa's number one in number four in all of Europe.
Number one in her head, but number four.
For sales. They gave out the stats yesterday. It came up, and out of all the European countries, and actually Australia and New Zealand are now included with South Africa in all of Europe. And South Africa was number four, ranked number four for top sales. I think it was the whole of last year. So. That's
Well, no, so far this year, it's year to date.
for the year to date, financial year. And it's honestly an exciting thing, because we know that South Africa's rand is 18 rand to $1.
Yep.
But the good or the great thing is that's an indication that South Africans have stem cells.
And people are taking advantage of this
And
great
South
opportunity.
Africans are utilizing this product. And so to note that their sales are year to date, they ranked number four. That is an absolute blessing. So, keep sharing South Africa, because people do care and people need to reactivate and regenerate their stem cells.
Yeah, and the big part to that is, as we're always talking to people, and you guys already know this, I've talked to a lot of you about this, but that we always talk to people about, would you like to get your product for free? Because that's the key. That's the very first step. Let's help them replace the product cost with actually income, and then we help them grow from there. It's amazing how many people start reaching into their phone more when they realize that they can actually make some money with this. So if we can help them make a couple $100 a month to replace so that they don't have any cost anymore, that's huge. And next thing you know, they make a couple $100 a week, and it starts growing from there. So it gets really exciting. So who else? Who else has got some awesome things that they want to share? This is where it gets awkwardly silent.
Just a minute, a minute or two, or no minutes.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi.
Hey, Christine.
Hey,
Christelle, how are you doing?
How are
Good, and you?
Happy Spring Day.
you?
Thank you very much. Yes, I have a few things to share. There's been some people that have crossed my path that I've been working with. One of my very old clients organized a women's function on a Saturday, and for everyone to share their business. And I'd spoken to her about this before, and that's why she included me. And it went down very well. I was actually hoping to see some people on the Zoom this evening, but I also know that she had most of her team there, and they were planning for the month ahead at exactly the same time. But I'm actually expecting to see some. There was only one person at that meeting of about 20 women that had heard about it. So it was new information, and there was quite a lot of network marketing there. So I'm expecting that. And then another a client of mine, his wife was very, very bad back a while ago. She begged me to come and patch her, which I did, and she's a firm believer, and I think she's pretty ready to put a group together as well. So we've got a few things in the pipeline, and I think that we'll be seeing a bit of a growth spurt going forward.
Fantastic.
good.
Congratulations. That's fun. It's
Great,
great when you
great,
get with a bunch of people and like going, what is this product? How does this work? And it's like, that happens everywhere. It's amazing. So
Thanks,
that's,
Christelle.
yes.
So good to see you. And
Yes.
you know what the great thing is, you have to follow up with them.
Yep.
And just make sure you're the one in control of that, because that's the way this works. Is the follow up is where the fortune is.
Yeah, the fortunes of the follow up, as we always say, which is true. It's a fact, because it's like if you don't follow up, people just fall out in there, and you'll follow up with them 6 months. Oh, you never got back to me. It's like, so anyway. So I said,
Anyone else?
anyone else? I wasn't sure, because
Just a minute, because we're
Yeah.
going to move on.
But thank you for sharing.
Alice, I don't know if you're muting. Alice? Hi, Alice.
Hey, how we doing?
Hey.
Good to see you.
Wanted to say that I've just been building up.
We're not hearing you.
You're fading in and out. No.
So just while Alice sorts it out. So Alice is one of our personals. She's signed up all the way in Czech Republic.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
we're
I got another one
excited.
we're signing up actually tomorrow in Czech Republic,
Yeah.
which is exciting. Yeah. Okay. For some reason it
Can you
wasn't
hear me
connected.
now?
There you go. Can you hear us
Yes.
now?
Technology.
Yes.
Hi everyone. I'm in Czech Republic. I just took off my patch like 30 minutes ago, and I've been following up with everyone, which has been fun. The fortune is in the follow-up. But what I have done in the meantime is I'm a YouTuber, so I have a yoga channel, and I just started incorporating the product into the content. So it's been fun. A little bit, I was nervous about it, but then it's really cool just to like practice yoga and then have the patch on, and I've been good. It's been 4 days, so I just took the risk. I met Mena last week or 10 days ago, something like that, and I said, why not? So I'm starting out. I guess that's my win, is just incorporating the product into my content.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. And it makes a big difference. And there's a lot of people that have channels and stuff like that. And like, yeah, just wear it. Like my daughter is getting more involved. And so I said the same thing, that she does a lot of stuff with Disney. And I'm like, just wear it. And when you picture, people are going to say, what is that? And other times you just talk about it. Ask me about this new technology
Yeah.
I'm using. So
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Thank you for sharing, Alice.
Yes.
Because we make it part of our daily routine,
Yeah.
It's not an awkward thing. It's part of our life now. So it's a lifestyle thing. And it's easy to share if there are people that are, wearing, like I wear it here sometimes, and people want to know what that is.
Yeah.
And it's a way, that I can share. So we don't get weird about it. And so thank you, Alice. That's awesome. And we're expecting great things. I hope you're traveling safe, and let us know when you're in the USA.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Thanks everyone.
Yeah,
Good
welcome
to
to the
have you
team. We're
on.
so
Yes,
excited about being
welcome to
partnered
the
with you.
team.
Yes. Yeah. So if anybody's got anything else, otherwise we'll get moving forward, because I got those videos I want to play, which is critical. This is actually on Believers for Life, and we'll kind of explain a little bit more about that part first. But the biggest part to this, like I said, is that I want you to understand that we have a lot of tools, and we got a whole team that's trying to help us all get to the next level by sharing the secrets. Basically, what do you do? How do you do it? How'd you get to the elite level? How'd you get to the SPD? How'd you get? And it's not like we're holding back. We're telling people exactly what we do, exactly how we do it. The key to it is just like anything, is applying these things on a day-to-day basis. So we're going to really talk about a couple things more than anything else. Really, the getting started with obviously the power of three-way calls. But I want to preface this and show you, because I'm going to have to pull the information. I couldn't download it. I got a downloader that I use that's just been glitching. It won't download it. So Brendan was nice enough to basically have these uploaded onto the actual platforms that we use. And so we use the school platform. So we're going to highly recommend that you do this. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing real quick, and I'm going to go right here to the platforms that we use, specifically of course, we use the This Is It team, we use This Is It info, but we also use the school platform. And so I was actually helping out someone here earlier today with this. And so give me a second here. This automatically pops up. But when you go to the school platform, there's a couple different things that we have. So once again, you can go to school.com. This is a team. If you're not on this, I'm going to invite you right now. So I'm going to copy this link, and I'm going to put it in the actual chat. And you're going to want to be a part of this. You should become pretty much on there very, very quickly. So This Is It team had put together this simultaneously that Ken put together for our team, for the Believers for Life. So I have now on the school platform, SKOOL, it's a cool kind of school.com. Once again, is This Is It team. So you actually, when you go there, you basically say, I want to register, and they'll basically let you in. The second one that we have is Believers for Life. And now I'm going to also put this in here as well. So the Believers for Life is the team we also have in here. So I'm going to go here to the invite. I'm going to copy this link, and I'm also going to put this down in the chat. And we're not going to go over all these things in detail, but I'm pulling information from this site, so I want to make sure you're aware of it, because it is something that we are using, and it's absolutely brilliant. So here we go. Okay, so that's the second one. So there's two different ones I sent. The first one was for This Is a Team. The second one was for the Believers for Life. You want to subscribe to both of these. So when they put out new content, new information, that's what you have. So I'm just going to highlight the one specifically for This Is a Team real quick. So I have people today that called me, and again, I have people call all the time, and I want to point them to where they can find the information. So on this school platform under This Is a Team, you can go to the classroom, and again, it has in here the training platform, welcome video, but then it's got This Is a Team onboarding, it's got training, it's got once again the back office training, it's got the 10-step system, 90-day run to senior director, it's got all this information on the compensation plan, why this is a team, that this is an advantage, getting downloads, all this stuff. A lot of this stuff is available on This Is a Team website, but this onboarding is critical. If you go here, and as soon as you go here, you're going to see the onboarding, and it's going to look like this, basically onboarding. And then what you got to do is you want to click down to, actually it's going to look like this. And what you want to do is go to the back office training here, and this has now all the different things in here. LifeWave product pack explained, set up enrollee placement, how to enroll a new brand partner, how to enroll in Touch app, how to order through the outside the U.S. Right? Once again, some people say, "Oh, how do I sponsor somebody outside the U.S.?" Go to the This Is a Team, school platform, go to the back office training. How do you track your order? How do you set up and edit an auto ship order? I just helped someone with this today. But now they can go in here, click on this, and you can actually watch a video. Once again, it's set at 1.2 times. You can set it for one time, whatever it is. You can make it faster, slower. We'll say 1 times, whatever. It's a 4-minute video. You click play.
Let's talk auto ships. I'm going to show you how to set up a new auto ship if you did not do it during the enrollment process, and then also how to manage your monthly subscription orders. So if you are setting up a new auto ship, you're going to log into your back office and you're going to click on Store.
Right? So it tells you how to do it. So go here first before you call the people on your team. Say, okay, can I find this in here? Don't just assume that the person that you're going, oh, I need your help on something. Hey, go because we're pointing people to this back office. How to set up your subscription, how to upgrade enrollment kit. Someone says, well, how do I get somebody upgraded to the if they're a core, how do I get them upgraded to advanced? It walks you through exactly how to do it. Thank you, Sarah Robinson, right? Sarah Robinson for doing all these videos for the This Is a Team. It's all in here. How do you understand the binary structure? How do you set up an e-wallet payout? People say, well, I get paid. How do I collect that? Go here and watch the video on how to do that. I think I get 2 videos here. Actually, there's 1 video. How to set up your wallet, iPayout account, right? So the reason I'm mentioning this, because in here under the Believers for Life, on the very front, Brendan, thank you for putting this together for Ken, is that we got the same stuff within the classroom. We got the calendar that's in here, but we also have the community page that has different things that are critical. So what we're going to do is we're going to play 2 different videos. The first video is actually Penny Carpenter, who just went SPD. Let me stop this real quick so I can share this.
And she's so amazing, so
Yes.
humble.
We got a chance to spend some time with her in Utah, which was wonderful.
Yeah.
But an amazing person, very, like Venice, is very humble, very relatable. But what she did is she listened to Joe, who's also an SPD. I don't know if he's elite. No, I think he's
Elite.
He's now elite as well. They both went elite at the same time. But he basically taught her how to leverage him to do 3-way calls. So listen to this, and then we're going to hear from Chuck Williams, who's also on the team, talk more about this in here. So what you do is you're going to go here, press play, and we're going to watch this video.
Yeah. But thanks. Let me hit record. But go ahead, Penny. It is amazing what a year, like you said, what a year can make.
What a difference a year makes, because I think about that now, and I think, where would my life be, truthfully, if and the Lord absolutely dropped LifeWave in my lap. It's funny how he works. It's never like we think it's going to be. It's because I'd tried numerous direct sales companies and I just wasn't good. And so when this came along, I thought, well, I need a patch. My kids need a patch. My mom needs a patch. And I trust Joe Navarro. That's who, he was my kid's old basketball coach. So
yeah,
I trusted him, but it works. That's the one thing. The patch works. And there's such a simple system in place. And so I was working on something else at the time, like a digital marketing business. And I'd prayed about it. and I've probably told you this story, Ken, but I prayed about it, you know, and I didn't get a yes, didn't get a no, but I just forged right ahead like I do sometimes and shouldn't, you know, with the Lord. So, and I might not be the brightest bulb in the chandelier. I didn't think I was the dimmest, but I could not. I mean, I would watch this stuff and I thought, there's people crushing this digital marketing. Like, I can't get past go. I'd watch this, you know, watch the video, the training, and then try to go do it. I'd take notes, go back, try to do it, have to redo it and do it over and over. It wasn't working. Well, it's obviously it's just because that's not what the Lord.
Hey, Brendan, I didn't realize this was the full video. Do you know where she starts talking about the three-way calls at? Because I know that Ken. Hey, Brendan, are you there? I don't know if you know.
Pasting
Hey,
the
Greg,
4-minute
check out
video.
around like 14 minutes.
Brendan,
I'm sorry, oh, Spencer, how far is it? About 14 minutes, you said?
Yeah, check out like 14 minutes
okay, thanks.
and you just kind of skim around. You should be able to see something right there. I watched this like 5 times already. So good.
Okay, cool. Brendan, do you know that's where it's at? About 14 minutes, approximately?
The short video is in the chats, but if you go back into school, it should have it there, but it's in the chats.
Okay, let me do this real quick. Hold on a second. How do I get back here?
Teamwork makes the dream work.
So where's the
Yeah,
chat?
in the chat, in the meeting chat.
Oh, you sent it already to the chat. Got it.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
sorry. Give me a second. Thank you, Brendan. You're awesome. There we go. Perfect. That's what I was looking for. Sorry about that.
The 3 ways were just so effective that I never went to the Zoom call route. You know, the Zoom call is basically a big 3-way call with a bunch of people on. I just never went that route because the 3-way calls were so incredibly effective. And I don't know what it is about third-party validation, but people can know, love, and trust you, but they will let me tell them about a patch. And so if someone was engaging with me, like asking more questions, you know, about the product, then I would just try to get them on a call right then. You know, I'd say, hey, do you have a few minutes? I'd love to tell you about this patch. And I would be texting Joe, Robbie, and Rebecca. So I would go to that text group and I'd say, hey, can somebody do a call for me right now? Or if I would get us, like if they weren't engaging right then I would say, hey, could I get your phone number? I would love to call you about these little stem cell activating patches. You know, would you have some time this afternoon or tomorrow? I would give them definite time period, like not can I call you sometime? You know, I'd like to visit with you. Like you have to be very specific. Some people ghosted me. Some people were busy, but a lot of people said, sure. And so I'd chit chat for a minute and then I'd say, hey, I'd love to tell you about this little patch, but I'm brand new and I don't know a thing. So let me get my friend Joe on here. And that's literally what I said. And so I didn't say, hey, can I get you on a 3-way call with my upline? Hey, you know, can I get someone on the line? Don't ask questions. And if you don't make it weird, it's not weird. That's what I discovered. Like if you don't make it a big deal, it's just not a big deal. So I'd click over, get Joe on there. I would introduce the two, like how I knew one another, you know, how I knew Joe, how I knew the person on the line. And then I muted myself and I let Joe do all the work for me. And so he did all the heavy lifting. It took all the work off my shoulders. So I didn't have to know everything, you know, but I took notes, kind of the order of the call, what they covered in the call, and it might differ from time to time, but you cover basically the same things, you know. And so I would let them just lead them all the way through the call. Then I would have an order form in front of me. I also discovered that I started flipping that order form over on the back, and when they would tell me what was wrong with them, like their shoulder hurt, they had a bum knee, their child was autistic, I wrote that on the back. Because invariably the patch works, it works, but sometimes it's so subtle that people don't think about it. But it took me a while, so that's why I think it's just that, you know, it's so subtle. So I take copious notes on the order form, and would write down, you know, they'd lead them through the whole process, which package they want, and then I would hang up the phone. I didn't stay and you know, mess up everything that Joe, Robbie, or Rebecca had just done for me. we'd hang up the phone, then they would call me and help me figure out which leg to put it on and walk me through the enrollment process so I didn't mess up on the auto ship or anything like that. And we just did it over and over and over. And so the first month we did 21 calls and 20 people signed up. And,
Wow. Wow.
and then the next month, I don't know how many calls, but I had like 10 people sign up the next month, 10 the next month, 12 the fourth month. So by 4 months in, I had like 52 people. And, you know, when you go fast, there's going to be attrition. There's always attrition with this business. There just is, you know, and people are impatient. People don't use the patch right. People don't drink enough water. They don't use electrolytes, you know, and, you know, I try to coach them through that. Some people are not coachable, you know, and so there is some attrition. So it's way better, I think, to just get in action and do it fast. And then some of that attrition, it doesn't matter. It's not going to knock you off from being manager. It's not going to knock you off from being director, because you went fast and you've got a steady flow of people coming in. And I think that's real important, you know, because
Right.
if you go slow, you know, it's like, oh, I got my 4, I got the manager, and you stop, like people get frustrated because people start falling off, you know, they, or they don't have an auto ship till they get through their original package, you know, they don't want an auto ship until they, you know, get through their 3 months or their 6 months or whatever. And so the cure for that is just to keep people coming in.
Hi, my name is
Jump to Chuck real quick. I wanted to kind of highlight a couple things that she did. Hopefully you were taking notes, because again, you can watch the full interview, or basically once again,
Well, just,
download.
just to set it up, okay, she actually did a post on Facebook. When she found out about the product and Joe spoke with her, he shared with her, and she had a result. She posted it on Facebook. And
But mention what she said and didn't say, because there's a lot of people put posts out there and say X39 stem cell activation patches.
no, she
This
was
is the team. This
she
is
was
the-" No,
obviously
don't do that.
compliant, and we will, you know, if you want to know how to be compliant, reach out to the person that invited you and ask them what is this about compliance. But there is a whole you can go to the back office on school on This Is a Team, and they actually do let you know what's compliant and what's not compliant. But she did a post, and she had a lot of response to that particular post. And then when people indicated that they were interested, she took the conversation off of the Facebook to a private message, and she communicated with them there. And that's when, you know, she got numbers, or if she had the number already, she had a conversation with them. And when they started to ask more, that's when she got Joe on the phone, and that's how all of that happened.
And she, like I said, she's like, I don't know much about this, but let me get Joe on the phone. And basically, what she did, she had a group text. So basically, she had the top people that she's working with in her team.
Her upline,
Yep.
her active upline sponsors. So it's I think it's Robbie, or it's Joe Navarro, Robbie, and Rebecca Plant, or the order that it goes. But that's what you need to have. You need to know who is your active upline sponsor.
Yep.
If it's not us, then it's someone that's on here, or maybe not on here, but who is your active upline sponsor? You might have a sponsor that is not active, and then you need to go above that, you know. So have their names in your phone, and if you need the help, put a text out and let them know, hey, by the way, I am needing help. I've got someone on the phone. Are you available to talk with them now? If you don't get an answer, it doesn't mean that they don't care. It means that they're just busy at that point in time, and you may need to check a time that's going to work for them, and they will get back to you.
And if you say, hey, to the people say, I can't be for sure to do that, and that's what Chuck talks about on here, and that's the same thing. But you know, once again, he says, you know, make sure you have a time that you set. Give a couple different options, because I usually say I got some time on you know, this evening, or I got some time on Wednesday morning. What works better for you? Whatever, you pick the times, and then coordinate that with the person who can do a 3-way call with. Like I said, don't be worried about it. Just say, I want you to talk with the person who actually is the one that talked to me about it. They know more about this than I do. Does that make sense? And they're like, oh yeah, it makes sense. Also take notes. So when you hand it off, now I'm gonna tell you how to hand off the phone. One thing you don't want to do, I'll tell you what not to do. Do not get on the phone and talk 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 and here's Greg and then interrupt me, interrupt, or you call Meta, interrupt. No. What she did is the same thing that Chuck does. Basically, they introduce the person, edify the person, build up. Hey, this is the person I told you about. This is Minna. She's an attorney from South Africa. She researched this. I would love to have her share her experience and also why they're building a very big global business. So, Minna, would you mind sharing with Karen what's going on? And then zip it. I'm telling you right now. Get on mute, be quiet, don't say anything, and learn and take notes. Okay, Minna talked about this, and Minna talked about that. And you'll hear after a while, you're like, they just say the same thing over and over and over because it's our story. That's all we're going to share. We're going to ask questions, engage the person, make a 5-minute friend. That's the whole goal, is to help be something relatable. We're not going to throw up all over them. We're just going to share with them and talk with them. And yes, I can talk slow, believe it or not. It ramps up over time, but I start slow. Anyway, and then also she said, have your order form in front of you. Why? Because we're going to encourage them, say, hey, we'd love to get you started, but let's talk to you about the different packages and stuff like that. And we're going to help them move forward. That's my whole thing. People say, well, you're a good closer. I'm a good mover forwarder, if you know what I mean. Help people move forward and take the next step. She said, keep it. And then she's right on the back of the order form, what their challenges are. Because when we talk about them, so if you don't mind me asking, what kind of challenges are you experiencing? I have this and this and this and this. What about your spouse? I got this and this. They got this and this and this. Right? Write those things down so that when you do fill out the order form, you can go back to them and check with them. Hey, how's your back? How's this going on? How's it? Brilliant, right? And this is something I learned from Diane Burke that I haven't applied as much as I should have, but I took the notes on that. What was that thing? And she talked about the results. 21 calls, signed up 20 people. 21 calls. There's power.
But they were pre-qualified.
Yes, exactly.
So she knew.
They were looking.
She knew that they were looking. She knew that they had challenges. So they were pre-qualified. It wasn't just off a limb. Hey, by the way, talk to Greg, or hey, by the way, talk to Anna. You have to set it up. You know that they're looking. They either have a challenge or they're looking for an opportunity. And then, so it's pre-qualification.
Yeah. And a good thing to do, again, is if people want just more info and you try to set it up and they're not doing that, this is an info. Have them watch the 3-minute, like we've been doing trainings on the 3-minute video. Once again, that's the very first video, and this is an info because that talks about more in 3 minutes than you can somebody explain in 30 minutes. So anyway, so let's take notes on these things and learn from it and apply it. And again, we're going to talk about this over the next several weeks of what are different things that people are doing. When we talk about wins for the week, we want to hear what you're doing, and how you're getting results of this because we're getting great results from it. The people that are growing the fastest on our team are utilizing 3-way calls on their team and utilizing us for 3-way calls, and it flat out works. So let me do this real quick. Go back to here. What's going to happen? So now going back to the.
And I know that. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, Believers for Life. So let me click on here real quick and listen to what Chuck says. And Chuck uses Ken, he uses Josh, he uses me, he uses Brenton. So he knows us as the people that basically want to get online, and he'll explain that.
It's Chuck Williams. I'm an executive director with LifeWave, and I want to share a couple tips that have helped me do 3-way calling. Number one is you have to edify your upline in the process of your conversations with the prospect. So as I'm talking to people, I'm talking about Brenton Deering. I'm talking about how on a very part-time basis, he's been able to create a nice income, how he was the one that introduced me. I include that in my story. I include how Josh Holdaway pretty much brought LifeWave to St. Louis and brought the Stephen G. Merritt system to St. Louis. I edify his success with his knee. I edify his success with a business, very part-time, a full-time district manager with Kohl's, very responsible job, high level, and yet he found time in the part-time to create a nice residual income for him and his family. I then almost always include Greg Warmbeer's story. When I'm telling my story, and one other story, it's usually Greg's. I love Greg's short story. I can tell in 30 seconds. Basically, he was in a car accident in 2016. He was hit from behind. The car was approximately doing 60 miles an hour. Scrunched up his car, his spine, made a mess of him for years. He tried everything to get better. Ken Burke introduced him to this patch, and within 3 days, that pain that he had been experiencing for years was gone. I then always qualify that and tell people it doesn't always happen that fast. It was a miracle. It always is a miracle, but it happened very, very fast. Don't expect it that fast. It could, but it doesn't always happen. So I always try to mention that because I don't want people having false expectations. When I'm talking about income, I'll talk about how Ken Burke had a very successful business, how COVID pretty much wiped that out, put him in a bad spot from a retirement standpoint. And with this business, he's been able to more than replace any type of retirement he ever would have had with his traditional business. So right there, I just kind of quickly shared all 4 of those stories. Those are the 4 in my success upline in order. And so I'll use at least 1, maybe 2 or 3, maybe all of those stories while I'm talking to my prospect. Now, as I'm doing that, then when it comes time for the 3-way call, and the time for the 3-way call can be any time during the process. Literally, if you're having trouble getting people on to Zooms, get your upline armed to get help to get people on the Zoom. If you've got people on the Zoom and you're having a little bit of difficulty closing them, get them on after the Zoom to help close and answer questions. If you're not having any troubles at all and you can sign people up all day, still do the 3-way call, because it sets the precedent and the example for your new people, which will cause duplication throughout your organization. People often ask me, how do you do a 3-way call? Well, you don't want to do it like a car salesman where they feel like you're going to get the car salesman manager to get on the phone and close them. What you want to do is say, hey, I was telling you about that story about Greg. Hold on just a second. I want to see if he's available to tell his story in his own words. I don't ask for permission. If I'm with him, I'm just dialing Greg, and then I get Greg on the phone, and I hand him the phone to my prospect. Put him on speaker so I can hear too. If I'm on the phone with a person, I will then do a 3-way call. Again, I'm not asking for permission. I just matter-of-factly say, hey, hold on a second. Let me see if I can get Greg on the phone. Now, a lot of times you're going to get the person's voicemail because they're not sitting around waiting for my call. I don't schedule 3-way calls. It's you never know when it's going to happen for the most part. So I just do it. If they can answer, they will. If they can't, they'll call back. And that's what I tell my prospect. I just tell them, look, my success team is very busy. They're helping thousands of people. Didn't necessarily expect them to be available. I didn't schedule a call, but they will return my call. And then when they do return the call, I'll 3-way them back into my prospect, and it goes on from there. Now that's pre-enrollment. I also involve my upline, my success team after the enrollment. So as soon as I enroll someone, if they only want to kick the tires, they only want to use the product, I'm not necessarily going to introduce them to my success team. But if they show any interest whatsoever in building the business, sharing this with other people, I'm going to do a text thread with everybody in my success upline, my success team, then reach out, congratulate the person. Hey, here's who I am. Here's where I'm at, geography-wise. And now I teach my new person to put all those names in your contacts so you have more than me to help you support your business. So that's what I do in 3-way calls during the process and then after the enrollment. There's 2 separate things. I do it for both, and I don't ask for permission either time. I just do it. Hope this helps you.
There you go. Awesome. Fantastic. So again, going back to that, a couple things, taking some notes as far as once he talks about edification. This is huge because again, to build somebody up is one of the biggest parts of that. 3-way call, setting it up the right way. And again, same thing. He'll call me and he's saying, thank you for answering my call. Because I know when he's calling me, he's probably got someone on the line. He doesn't call me just out of the blue. He'll usually text me and say, hey, Greg, can I talk to you about something important or whatever? If it's something he just calls me a blue, he's probably got someone on the line. If I'm available, I'll do that. If not, I'll say, Chuck, I'm not available now. I can do something in 15 minutes or half an hour or something like that. Same thing that says, he said, don't ask for permission. Just say, hey, let me see if I can get Greg on the line. He'll say, do you mind? Would it be okay? No, don't do that. Penny talked about the same thing. And then introduce you to my success team. I love how he uses the success team. I always say use, my business partner. Like have you talk to my business partner? Because a lot of times using the word upline, some people don't, whatever. It's just
they don't need to know.
They don't need to know
that they're upline.
Introduce my friend who talked to me about this business. I'm your friend. I'm your business partner. However you want to say it. Same thing with Mena. Definitely want to be Mena's good side. So. Just kidding. So any thoughts on this? Because we only got like 7 minutes left. Did you want to share anything? And then
I just want to say, a lot of you already that are on here already doing that for your team. Mm-hmm. So I just want to applaud you, and those of you who are not doing anything when it comes to 3-way validation calls and building credibility, that it's just a way of allowing people to understand that it's this business is more than just you. Because people see you every day, they know you, and then they think, oh, well, here, they're sharing this with me. I don't know if this is real. It's another thing that they're doing. When you do the 3-way call, it's just building credibility. Yes. That's what Zooms do. Inviting people to Zooms builds credibility. They see, oh, these people are on a Zoom, and they're from different countries. We have Hannah from UK. We have Johan, who's here from South Africa, Christelle, Robert and Annette, they're here from the US, different people, Shanaz, they're seeing all these names and they're saying, oh, okay, South Africa, Europe, everybody's on this Zoom today, and it's Labor Day. Kiara's here as well. So, exciting. So credibility. It's not just Greg and Menna show.
No.
This is, and so I want to encourage you. It's not about we want to take your time away from you. We do this. You think Steve and Gina put those big events on and the Zoom meetings on because they've got nothing better to do? Believe you me, they don't. The money, they're making enough money. They could go on vacation, and not talk to us for the rest of this year. But they do it because they're excited to help you grow your business. They're excited to help us grow our business. And they want everybody to win in this. So bless your team, bless the people that you're talking with. Do the three-way calls, bring them to the Zooms. And honestly, it's going to help your business grow. It really is going to help your business grow. Don't be worried about, are they going to say the right thing to my friend? No, we're just going to tell them what they need to know. And what's going to encourage them to want to get started.
Yeah, absolutely. And so again, we can open it up, but really, I was going to ask Brendan, how important are the three-way calls that we do? Has it been helpful to you?
Yes, they have obviously been quite helpful. I think it's just to implement it much more often. But I also think one of the important things that came out of the videos for me is also people taking ownership, like what Greg and Menna is saying, is not a Greg and Menna show. As much as we show up here, also for them in support, it is a team sport. And I think that we need to also acknowledge that I just love also Kenny's doing a leadership, which everyone can find on the school platform, but Kenny's doing a leadership series every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And just going through the things that it takes to become a leader, not just like in this business, but no matter what business you're a part of, more this community is just, it's like even better than what X39 is, so tying into like what we have and the leadership, as we keep on saying, if any quality you want to develop in your life, it's leadership. Because money will follow that, people will follow that, and your life is just going to get so much better. And I definitely think, at least in this opportunity and the people we're surrounded with, it allows us all to flourish in this environment and become that leader that we want to develop. So please don't take that lightly.
Thank you for sharing that.
And I just wanted to share that this is the book that Ken is, teaching out of. So it's the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John Maxwell. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of John Maxwell here. Really, really great stuff. So I would recommend that you read and go watch. Okay, because you're gonna just take more in when you're reading it and looking at it for yourself, and then also going to listen to the training, because the law. The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, I must be honest, if you rate yourself and you consider yourself a leader in whichever industry you are, this will help you to re-look at that and see where you can improve.
Absolutely.
Because the one thing that came out of the convention that we had, the Next Level convention, is that we're actually not just getting people in the business.
Yeah.
We're actually helping them to become leaders. So it's leaders helping others become leaders. And so a whole team of leaders. I mean, if you look at that whole line of sponsorship with Danny and Diane and Andy and Mandy, there's like tons of leaders running through that whole line of sponsorship. And that's what we want for our team. That's what we want for all of you, is to raise up leaders. And I like what Brendan said about taking ownership, because that's what leaders do. You take ownership. You lean on and you leverage your upline, your active upline. You lean on them until you have a team that can lean on you. And so I'm hoping and we believe that every single one of you is going to be and is becoming the leader for your team.
Yes.
But while you're still feeling like you cannot, lean, keep leaning.
Yeah, and one thing I realized too at the next level again is that you pick. It's a lot of things. It's you know, it's a lot of things even, or some things are caught and some things are taught. Some things are caught for a reason. Once again, because when you catch certain things, you get around the other leaders. It made me go, wow, I've got a lot to learn, right? And that's like all of us do. We're all growing, and that's the part where we're just trying to share from our experience what we've seen and some of the things that we're doing. Not like saying we're the end all be all. No, let's point you to the people, the resources, the things that have been put together. I mean, what Brendan's put together with a school platform and stuff like that has been absolutely brilliant. And so leverage these tools, leverage these things. So go back in the chats here. Make sure you subscribe to the school platform. You know, for both This Is a Team and also Believers for Life. And again, all these different things that we want to do as far as helping people get to the next level is all available. And the thing is, a lot of people say, well, I didn't want to bug you. Now, again, if it's something that has to do with a critical thing, bug us. Especially if it's like, how do I get someone enrolled? If you've never enrolled somebody, it's just right. But if you've enrolled 20 people and you forgot how to do it, go to the back office, go to the onboarding and refresh yourself on how to do that. Again, we have no problem helping people out. But again, just like anything else, we want to help everybody, but we're going to be pointing you to the resources. Have you checked the back office on the school platform? You know, so anyway, but we're pretty much done. Unfortunately, we're running out of time. So we want to end in prayer. But again, get back together again with the people in your team and start doing the three-way calls. Start working with people because things make a massive difference.
Yeah.
Men is playing
And
with their
just
phone, which means we gotta get
remember,
off.
every Monday,
Watch.
we do these meetings every single Monday.
Yep. And
So
they're recorded.
it is same time. The opportunity meeting is first, and then the next level leaders meeting is the one after that, which started at 2 p.m. or 8 p.m. South African time, Eastern European time. You want to invite your people to be on, because when they're learning the same thing, we're all growing together.
Yes.
That's the important thing. So thank you everyone for being on and for spending your Labor Day in America with us. We appreciate it. We don't always have time for everyone to share, but we will allow you. So, you know, set it up for the next time that you're available. And we're going to end in prayer. If you don't believe the same as we do, you're more than welcome to jump off.
We just want to play blessing over.
But we love to pray a blessing over everyone. Okay. So, Heavenly Father, we thank you for this opportunity that we can come together again and share with one another. And Lord, we're not, the highest ranked or anywhere there, but we, Lord, are leading the charge, and you've equipped us to do so. And there's so many on this group, Lord God, that are leading with us. And we are grateful for every single one of them. We pray a blessing, Lord, for them and their teams and their families and their business. And we thank you, Lord, even for David Schmidt and the technology that he's put together for us to share and make a difference in people's lives. We thank you, Lord, that you bless their days and their evening further, Lord God. And we thank you, Lord, that next week we will come back together again. And during the course of this week, Lord God, touch base with one another and help one another to get to the next level. So we thank you for this. And we pray this, Lord, in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Awesome. We love it, you guys. Like I said, let us know. Don't be strangers. Let us know how we can help. We got a lot of people we're working with, but we want to work with you and help you get to the next level, because right now the cruise, I want you to get on the cruise, seriously.
Yes, Bahamas.
Bahamas. That is going to be something that's amazing. And again, I should always end the video with some cruise stuff, but again, we're super excited for you guys, and we want to spend time with you in the Caribbean and also in Florida, because we're going to get a chance to do that. So bless you guys. Love you. Have an amazing day. And